The annual wine festival at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem was supposed to be held in August, at the height of the fighting between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Organizers said they decided to delay the festival rather than cancel it.
It was war during August in Israel. So we made the decision at the 1st of August to delay it. Thanks God we did it. Because now I think everybody is ready to drink wine. It's not just the weather, it's the atmosphere, the feeling.
40 wineries were at the festival, and more than 18,000 people came over 4 nights. The mood was upbeat. For $22, you got a glass and as many tastings as you wanted. Several of the wineries came from southern Israel, where thousands of rockets from Hamas were fired during the harvest.
We had a lot of alarm, and I'm working in the vineyard. So many times I found myself under a big tree to cover me. It's big, so with a lot of wood around, I feel safe, but it was very nice.
Other winemakers were called to reserve duty, or miluim in Hebrew.
When the missile started to come, we were in the middle of the bottling of the wine. It's not was so easy. I was in the miluim too, in the same time. So I have to go back and from the miluim to the bottling. And you know, when missile is falling, the workers are not so glad to come to work.
There are more than 300 wineries in Israel making 60 million bottles of wine. Recently, there's been an increase in the number of white wines made, like at Zimbalista, which only makes white wine.
It's very clear for us that in the winter you drink red wines, in the summer white wines. So in Israel we have a very long summer.
Israelis are also discovering new varieties of wines.
Both wineries and the Israeli public have discovered that there is life beyond Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot and Syrah. And there are new, wonderful varieties of wines which are very good and typical of Middle Eastern climate, for warm climates. Wines that are lighter, that are not full-bodied, that are a pleasure to drink even on a hot day.
Some wineries are trying new, or rather old, techniques.
We ferment all the wines in clay jars. Clay jars were used in the ancient world everywhere. Actually, everywhere where wine was made, people used clay jars since about 8,000 years.
Slutskin, a software engineer turned winemaker, says the fermentation in clay gives a unique flavor. The attendees seemed universally enthusiastic and eager to taste new wines.
I wanted something fun to do with my friends, like a bit more classy than just going downtown. And I love the museum. I used to come here when I was really little to fly kites, and so now it's a really beautiful place to have a wine festival. Like every Friday at home, so my dad brings a different wine every time, and my uncle now has a new winery, so yeah, we're trying things out today.
We're really delighted at all the new little boutique wineries that are showing up. The Israeli wine has improved so much. We're from California and the Napa Valley, and Israeli wine is passing Napa Valley. I'm here to tell you that Israel is rocking.
We have been coming and going to Israel for 25 years. I can tell you that it is such a joy to see Israelis coming out at the end of such a difficult time of the war, and yet the resiliency of the Israelis is just unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it from the time of the Lebanon War, the time of the suicide bombings, and now this war. They still will enjoy life, no matter what.
For the Media Line, I'm Linda Gradstein in Jerusalem.